guys, welcome to yet another fashion YouTube. I did change the name to ethaanxo, no more agonize. I kind of wanted to set myself apart from my design I guess persona. If you guys do know me from there, I'm sure you guys probably do, but if you don't, I just wanted to set a new identity for myself. But that's besides the point. You did come here for one thing. I'm pretty sure you clicked on the title and you saw the thumbnail. You wanted cheap streetwear for cheap. Not cheap streetwear for cheap, I mean, high-end streetwear for cheap, vintage clothes, and you don't know where to find them. You don't want to go on Essence or Farfetch, pay that full outrageous price for some clothing. So get straight into it. You guys already know why you're here. The first place you're going to be looking is online marketplaces. And before we get into depth in this, you guys are going to have to be okay with secondhand clothing, because it's kind of unrealistic to get something brand new for dirt cheap, especially if you guys are looking at high-end streetwear. But if you're looking for vintage, you could definitely find something nice for below $5, and I'm going to be telling you guys right now. So the first option, like I said, online news marketplaces, and that's going to be Grailed, depop, Mercari, and any other marketplace. Even eBay does have some stuff, but I really don't like their layout. It kind of just makes it difficult to shop, so I kind of stick to those two, Grailed and Depop. If you're looking for specifically high-end streetwear and archive, you're gonna want to be more looking at Grailed. Grailed has more curated, I guess you could say, pieces, and more people who are into high-end fashion, like Owens, any of those Margiela, any of those high-end brands you would see like on Playboy Cardi, any influencer that has that kind of like grungy, they don't have to be grunge exactly, but those extremely expensive pieces that are like with a car. Chrome Hearts even has some archive pieces as well. So with Grailed and Depop, the good thing about these is that you can negotiate prices. Unlike if you were to go to a streetwear store, they're gonna want to get the most out of you. You can't really be like, oh, can you do 100? Can you do 75? Not everybody's going to accept your offer, but best believe somebody will. I mean, I'm not really too picky when it comes to selling my own stuff. If it goes far below from what I do know it's worth, then they just get ignored, and you're probably gonna get ignored too. So that's why you just keep sending offers. It's just a game, and with that, you guys gotta just keep pushing the mindset. I keep the same one with DMing girls. I'll just keep sending offers. I mean, not offers, but with women, but offers on Grailed or Depop. I'm not too much of a person who's buying more clothes. I'm kind of selling more than I'm buying right now, but I'm kind of getting off topic. I'm getting into myself, but yeah, there's very reasonable pricing. You do find a lot of people who want to get stuff off their hands really quickly, compared to a shop who kind of just wants to make the most money, make the most profit. So with these people, I mean, it's a pandemic. I mean, if you're in the US, if you're literally anywhere in the world, you'll probably know that people are going to need some money, and they are going to look to buy that new expensive piece, which requires them to sell a current piece that you might be interested in. And that's where you come in. You make an offer for what they can't refuse. Make them a really good offer. You could even throw up some of your own stuff. I will be going into trading in a minute either. If you're looking for something vintage, it's really easy. Just put something vintage, throwback. Make sure you have keywords, and it's not really hard to find keywords exactly. It's pretty much just the same things. Y2K. A lot of people tag stuff Y2K when it's not really made into early 2000s, but you'll find some of that. It really depends what your style is. If you guys need any help searching or finding a certain aesthetic or style or any type of clothing, just let me know. I have my Instagram link in the description. But the second one is going to be the thrift store, and I'm pretty sure you guys have heard this plenty, but you'll be surprised what you could find in the thrift. You could find stuff as little as $3, $5. It could even be designer. Sometimes it's fake, but there is subreddits on Reddit where you could get that legit checked. You literally just post it, and people are going to run it through for you and let you know if it's real or not, because there's a lot of people who analyze fakes and reals, and they know the actual flaws and whatever needs to be right, whatever is wrong. So I also kind of do know my way around, I guess, some Jordans. I wouldn't say I'm the best for clothing, but Grailed does go past an authenticity check. So if you're looking to purchase high-end clothing, then hit up Grailed. But we are talking about thrifting, so go to high median income like areas. I mean, if you don't have a license, get somebody to drive you, but you could even just search in your area. I'm pretty sure you guys know what's the most expensive area in terms of like cost of living and like where have you seen the nicest cars. For me, I'm from the East Bay of California, so I would typically have to go to somewhere like Palo Alto or even somewhere like San Jose, Santa Clara, Sunnyvale. I mean, I don't find myself out there too much, but Palo Alto does have some really nice thrift stores, and there's a lot of rich people throwing out nice stuff. And of course, a rich people is not going to want to sell it. I mean, like, they already have more than enough money they can imagine. It's going to take more time and more effort to do that, so most of the time they'll either hand it down or they just donate it. You know, somebody else could use it, and what I like to say is another man's trash is another's treasure. So, you know, everybody's has different tastes. You know, some guy just might throw out some Balenciaga runners because he thinks they're like out of style. He won't even throw them out, he'll throw them to the thrift store, and you could probably buy them for $20. A good amount of the time, when thrift stores do see something name brand, they can put it behind the counter, and you guys usually could see them on the wall. I've seen a good amount of designer stuff there, but there is a lot of times where the employees do not know like what it is, so they'll just give it as $5. And if it's $5, don't ask like why it's so cheap. Just buy it, because even if you don't like it, you could sell it for probably like a lot more, maybe double or triple, probably more. But I've done that with a couple I guess pieces, I guess you could say. I haven't found anything like really exotic, but I found nice vintage clothing. I mean, I've sold probably like a good amount of my stuff. Most of the stuff I do sell online is probably going to be like name brand and vintage though. Be patient when it comes to thrifting. It's a really hit or miss kind of strategy for just buying clothes. I kind of thrift more than I do anything else because it's cheap. I mean, even if I was rich, I think A$AP Rocky said it too. Before he blew up and after he blew up, when he's like probably worth like, I don't know, like 10 mil, like he's still at the thrift store. There's probably plenty of other artists with great style, phenomenal style, that do exactly the same, because you're not going to get the quality of, you know, thrift clothes that you would get somewhere else, especially for that price. And that's the whole point of thrift stores. I'm not saying like gentrify them and just buy everything out. You know, leave some nice stuff for the other people, but if you see something you like, then, you know, go for it. So the next one we have is flea markets. It's kind of on a limb here though that I'm going, because not everybody has flea markets and vintage markets, but there is some pop-ups in my area. I mean, I don't really go to them too much because they do overprice like the hell out of them, so it's really hard to like even bargain. But I mean, I haven't really tried too much. I've probably been to like one or two. They do have them in like major cities, but I'm sure flea markets still always have something. It's kind of like the prices you would get at garage sale. A lot of people, they don't know what they have, so I'm not saying take advantage of them, but if you have a good price, or like if they don't know what it is, just throw them like $5. And I'm sure they'll have like tags on everything, but in that case, for the most part, they're usually not gonna have anything like that. It's probably just gonna be a bunch of stuff on display. You ask them, they'll give you a price. You don't like it, you could bargain, walk away, they give you a better offer. Keep walking away. It's a strategy. I mean, it's not everybody's good at lowballing, but if you do want to buy streetwear for the low, you gotta learn how to lowball. But if you're not, you know, extroverted, you're not bubbly, outgoing, just stick with grailed or depop. You could probably still do plenty of offers on there, but it's a different thing when it's person-to-person connection, because you're not looking in the eyes and telling somebody no. I mean, you probably are if you know their worth, but it's gonna be a lot harder to do that when you're talking to an actual like seller. So I guess that's really the difference when it comes to flea markets. It's kind of like a curated shopping mall. I mean, not everything you're gonna like, but compare that to going to like an H&M. I know it's H&M is just like fast. H&M is like fast fashion, but the stuff that you'll find there is not gonna be as close to what you would find at a flea market. And there is a stigma with used clothes, but if you don't like used clothes, then, you know, go get rich and buy some stuff on Essence. This is just for people who want to save money, you're frugal, and you still want to have nice style. And I would be one of those people, so, and you're in the right place if you are. the same as me. So anyways, there's always a lot of stuff to go around too, so if you don't like something, you can literally walk to the next kiosk, and I'm pretty sure that you will like something. A lot of people there are like, they're selling stuff that they've previously wore, so I'm pretty sure that if they have nice style, there's something you would be into too as well. And there's a lot of people with different styles, so just imagine how much stuff there is, pretty much. And anyways, the next one would be Friends. I mean, it doesn't sound like a shopping mall, but if you do have friends, I'm pretty sure there's like a good amount that are in fashion that have something that you want. And for the most part, I mean, not everybody's gonna want to sell it, but throw them an offer. I mean, with friends, they're obviously gonna have, I'm not saying take advantage of it like I said with the flea markets, but you're gonna have more pull in negotiating an offer and them giving you a discount, say with a stranger. I mean, if you're good with people, I'm pretty sure you could do it with anyway, but it's kind of like an automatic set thing that you already have going. Because like, if that's your best friend of 12 years, bro, you're probably going to be able to get those like maybe shadows instead of 1K for like maybe like 800 if they're like dead stock. But I mean, that's a poor comparison, but it's an analogy, so take it as you wish. And also with friends, I did say I already make deals. You could also put trades up and put up cash as well. That also kind of goes with trades in general. And the biggest point with that is just it's easier to bargain with people that you know compared to strangers. It's just something that I've learned, and something that I've learned from my friends because they try to do the same with me. Like they'll I think I came to school once with my bread once, and they tried to throw me like, I think it was 400 when they went, I got them for 6. And I know that too because he was the one who like told me like the best way to get like anything nice is to get it from friends. Just offer them something. If you see something nice, this is a good chance they're probably gonna want to sell it, because most of us, you know, are really young and we can't afford to keep buying $200 sweatshirts. And the best way is just to keep them in the loop. Keep selling something, keep buying something. You could even sell something for more, and then, you know, use that extra cash to buy something else. And you could even buy it again if you had enough, but I doubt you'll make that much profit. It just really depends what it is. A lot of stuff appreciate because of, you know, say like Playboy Cardi, or if Rocky just wears it, or like Bloody Osiris. It might even just fluctuate by twice the price. I know if you guys are into underground music, like they wear like a lot of number 9 in like Stone Island, so I could see that going up in price just because of that alone. This is about getting clothes for cheap. Think of it as an investment, because anytime you do buy clothes for like an outrageous price, or even like at a super low price, it goes for like buying high-end and vintage. That's why I'm making this video. So if you're like getting extremely like high-end clothing, you're gonna feel guilt, obviously, because most of us are young. I'm like about to turn 19 myself, so I'm pretty young buying like $130 Hysteric Glamour t-shirts. So it's not really reasonable, but the reason I buy it is to flip it. You know, I get like one picture in it on Instagram, then it's straight on Depop. So that's how it goes. I like cycling a lot out of my clothes. I sell more than I buy, is what I said. So you're gonna feel the guilt, obviously, because if you never made a purchase like that, then it's gonna like hit you in the heart when you see that. I mean, just make sure you're not spending too much for clothes, and I mean it in terms of what you can afford. I kind of have a rule with my budgeting, because I don't work particularly a high-paying job. I have plenty of side hustles, but they only add up to like how much, because I'm also a full-time student, so I'm not gonna have as much as like, you know, some time to like do all of that to get money. I mean, I'm gonna focus on it when I get time. I mean, it's summer right now, like that's why I'm hustling. But other than that, you don't want to like have to choose between getting a Rick Owens leather jacket and paying your car payment. I mean, even myself, I have bills like that, so that's why I have to make conscious decisions. I mean, if you're paying no rent and you have no bills to take care of, and you're working a job, you're in school, maybe in high school, then go for it. Or if you just make plenty of money and you have like a lot to go around, I'm sure there's plenty of people that are making like 4 or 5 times as much as me. Not even that, probably like a lot more. But that's just an example. But yeah, just don't spend too much that you can't afford, because you don't want to be going in debt over style. there's a lot of people like that. I have some friends who finance their clothes. Just don't be like that. Anyways, I hope you guys found this helpful. If I can make a part 2, let me know if there's any questions, any video ideas. I'd be more than happy to cover any of those topics. So anyways guys, thank you for watching. I always appreciate you guys' support.